Hello everyone. I'm gonna discuss about the like, diagnostic testing of the biostatistics. Actually, this topic is going to be very high yield. So if you understand this the concepts that we discussed this today, and it will be very helpful for your CAS and also the USMLE exams. Okay. So please pay attention to this topic, and then I will start. Okay. So we first start with the. I hope you can see my screen, right? Okay. So let me just see if there's any full screen. Okay, that will be probably a little better. All right. So so let's just discuss about I'm gonna go over more with the like problem solving type of questions. Okay, so more like more examples rather than just theoretically defining the things. Okay, so right. So we have a 2 by 2 table here. All right, let me use it. We have a 2 by 2 table here. 2 by table which is like the true positive and the false positive, the false negative, and then true negative, right? So you all know this, right? So now let's just defining the just to go over the review what this values is. False positive is a 23, and true positive is going to be the 44. Then false negative is going to be this value, which is 10, and then the true negative is 60. Okay, so we all know this, right? Okay, so let's just go next page, and then we're gonna define what each of these this measure, statistic measure for diagnosis meaning. Okay, so here let me clear a little bit. I think this is a little too okay. All right. So what's the proportion of the subject with renal disease correctly detected by the NAC test? Correctly detected by the NAC test. So there are like, this is positive test, this is negative test, right? And then correctly detected by the NAC test. It's a little bit, I think this statement is a little bit the kind of misleading. But what this really means is that the proportion of subject with renal disease, right? That's the key point. And then the correctly detected. So with the renal disease, which is like this one, renal disease is present, and out of these people, what's the like correctly detected? So this is correctly detected, right? And then this is incorrectly detected, right? So basically, this is the false negative. Incorrectly detected, incorrectly diagnosed as negative, but actually turns out to be positive, right? So these two group of people, I mean, out of these people, correctly detected, which is this, right? So this is basically this whole thing is basically same as sensitivity. Okay, so 44 divided by 44 plus 10. Okay, so this statement, I know this is a little bit the kind of the misleading statement, but that's what it is. Okay, and there was the proportion of subject without renal disease correctly identified by the test. Without renal disease, right? Correctly identified by the test. So without renal disease, correctly identified the test. Correctly identified means that correctly, because it's a no renal disease. So you have to identify, if you correctly identify that no disease, that's what that means, right? So it's going to be nothing but the specificity. Okay, so 60 over divided by this positive plus, I mean the false positive plus the true negative. Okay, so that's going to be this one. All right. what's the global or general accuracy of the test? This is not really this is not really any of the sensitivity or specificity or that kind of things, right? So accuracy, what does accuracy mean? Accuracy means that you look, there's a target. You just aiming for the target, and then it is near the target, near the correct target. That's accuracy, right? So when you aiming to the same point, that's going to be the accuracy. This means is that if it's accuracy, then correctly. So accuracy is another name for accuracy is a correct. Correct means correctly positive, correctly negative. Okay, so in this particular case, so accuracy means true positive or true negative is accuracy, right? So here, right? So then out of total 137, and then true positive and true negative will be the accuracy. Okay. Next question is if a subject has an elevated neck, what is her probability of renal disease? If his elevated neck, so we are talking about this, right? Elevated neck, what is the probability of the real renal disease? Renal disease is here, right? So out of this whole thing, what's the probability of this thing, right? So what's another name for this one? This quantity is nothing but positive predictive value, PPV, right? So correct, if the test turns out to be negative, what's the real probability that the hypothesis, okay, that's what it is, all right? So next one is if a subject has normal test result, what's this chance of not having the renal disease? It's exactly opposite of this one. So basically, this is the negative, the predictive value. So if you if the test is a negative, this whole thing, right? And then out of this, what's correctly identified? This is like I don't have the disease. Okay, so this is like the negative predictive value, okay, which is like sum of this and which is out of this all this, and then this quantity true negative will be what is asking. Okay, all right. So what proportion of patients did have a renal illness? Okay, this is also another kind of not easily like we haven't learned this kind of things. Okay, so what this means simply means is that what proportion of patients did have renal disease? What does this mean? This means that like proportion of the people who have disease out of total. What is this value? That's nothing but prevalence, right? Prevalence. Okay, so the who has a disease is going to be 54 people, right? So that's what the disease, right? And then out of 137 people, okay? So this is, make sure that this, this is the prevalence. Okay, next question. If a subject has a normal test, what's his probability of having renal disease? Okay, have a normal disease, normal, this one, right? What's the probability that you have a disease? So the normal test, and what's the probability of having renal disease? Normal means so you have this you are having this column, right? I mean this row, right? And then out of this, having the disease is this value, right? So what does this value represent? Normal, the test negative. What does this? How do you call this the term? This value is this term is called the false negative rate. False negative rate. Okay, this is understanding. This is very important. False negative rate. Okay, let me quiz you one more thing. What's going to be the then false positive rate? Can you guess? False negative rate was so let me just erase this thing here. Okay, false negative rate was this thing, this whole quantity divide. I mean over the false which was a false negative, so which is this one, right? So this divided by this thing, right? That's the false negative rate. What's going to the false positive rate? False positive is right here. false positive rate is this. Okay, so make sure that you know false negative rate and then false positive rate. So what's the false positive? Yeah, okay. What's the full among the if you get test positive, then what's the probability that you really have a positive test? You really have a disease. That's a positive predictive value. And then if you have the positive test result, and then if you have a false, even if you have a positive test result, and then you don't have a real disease, what does that mean? That's the false positive rate. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the discussion in the following sessions. Okay, thank you.